How many of you are familiar with the saying, if walls could talk? Imagine if that were true and how embarrassed we would be. But unfortunately for the residents at 8763 Wonderland Avenue, embarrassment was not the issue. If you want to know more about this case, please continue watching.
What has been issued.
And it's just so many questions that I have.
Memorial sign on
It makes me really
cement is on the route.
And I bet he would run after what he's done.
A number of people.
The FBI is offering a reward. What was the order of events?
Never stop looking.
Police are now questioning a number of people.
Know that depending on the state that you live in, the owner of the house does not have to tell you about a murder unless you ask about a specific murder, especially if in some states it's been over 5 years. I did not know this, but now I do. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people wish they knew that about their house. But if you knew that about your house, would you live there? Could you stay there after you found out? I mean, I know I couldn't, because I'd be thinking about all the bad spirits and bad luck and ghosts that are roaming around, just like I'm pretty sure everybody would. On July 1st, 1981, 3 members of the Wonderland gang, along with a 4th woman, were beaten to death inside their townhouse at 8763 Wonderland Avenue in Los Angeles. The 3 gang members were killed were Ron Lunez, 37, Billy DeVrell, 44, Joy Miller, 46, and Barbara Richardson, 22, who was the girlfriend of another gang member, also died in the attack. The victims were struck in the head multiple times with what police said they believed were hammers and metal pipes. Lunez's wife, Susan, survived the attack. Neighbors reported hearing screams coming from the home around the time of the murders, but no one called police until 4 p.m. the next day, when the movers working next door heard Susan calling for help. The Wonderland gang were known cocaine distributors in the area at the time, and Ron was their leader. A few days before the murders on June 29, 1981, the gang, with help from porn star John Holmes, robbed the home of Eddie Nash, a nightclub owner and convicted money launderer and drug dealer. Holmes, a close associate of Nash, then implicated the Wonderland gang in the robbery after he was threatened by Nash. Holmes was arrested for the murder after police found his palm print at the crime scene, but he was acquitted in 1990. Nash was charged with planning the murder, but his trial ended in a hung jury. He was tried again in 1991 and acquitted. Nash was charged with planning the murders again in 2000. He accepted a plea bargain in 2001, admitting to other charges and ordering his men to get his stolen property from the Wonderland house. He did not admit to planning the murders. He said that there is no honor amongst thieves, knew what they were talking about when they made that statement, because it's funny how he didn't want him gone and out of the way until he threatened him. And then people started talking when they figured out they were going to jail and prison for what they had done or taken part in with the murders. And I don't think that I commit a crime with anyone or commit a crime at all. But I think one of the rules is if you're going to commit a crime, tell no one but yourself and only one person, and that's if you must, because you never know if that person is going to turn around and stab you in the back or screw you over in some form or fashion, which people tend to do when the police start talking and start threatening them with prison and everything they can think of to make them talk. Sometimes they even get false confessions out of people through coercion, and in those days I think it was done a lot because there was not a lot of technology back then, like cameras and things like that, like there is today. And I think that there were only a few stations at the time, and a few still to this day, that don't have cameras in the interrogation rooms to record some of the people that they bring in. And I think that should change, because if there is no camera or no recording system to prove that this person said what or that person said this, then anybody can pin anything on the other person. And I think that with the cameras, that will cut 100% of that out and just get people to the truth. Because as we've seen on so many of these crime shows, when people start talking, is usually when they are in the interrogation room alone. They'll either talk to themselves, and sometimes the police will put them in a room with the person they committed a crime with, and they'll start talking because they're unaware that they're being recorded. And I think that's a genius idea. But unfortunately, guys, that brings me to the end of today's video. If you like today's video, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. Please don't forget to leave me a comment down in the comment section below. And if you're not already subscribed, before you leave, please make sure you subscribe. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.